Hello. Hello. Can you hear me? I have messaged in the Zoom. Oh,
Yes, hello, Bernice.
Okay, guys. We're about to start the live stream now. For the people watching at home and online, welcome to Cryptalk Bali. For this event, we are focusing on connecting projects with VCs and investors, basically. So since this is our 5th Cryptalk event in Indonesia itself and our first in Bali, we've always had different themes for each Cryptalk events. So the first one was held actually in Ritz-Carlton in Jakarta, where we invited the regulators of crypto. So we had representatives from BAPEPT coming, also from the Trade Ministry as well. And in the subsequent Cryptalks, we've always tried to bring people from different backgrounds of the industry together and sort of to connect them. And this one being the first in Bali, we invited some prominent VCs from the industry and some local projects and communities itself to sort of try to connect them and make things happen. Before we get to our first keynote, I would like to give a shout out to EDNS, our title sponsor. Woo! Right. They're also celebrating your 1-year anniversary of your project, yeah? Congrats. All right. We have an exciting lineup of keynote speakers. And for the first one, I would like to welcome Terence from Coinstore, who will explain about what Coinstore is building, what we're offering, and what we're planning in the future.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. MC. We're good? Hi, ladies and gents who are here. Those of you who are here, thank you for coming. Those of you online, thank you for watching. My name is Terence, and I am from Coinstore. Now, Coinstore itself, we are a platform for all your crypto needs. All right. So Coinstore is an exchange. We are now about 2 years old. And being 2 years old, we have risen through the ranks and we have done a few things not many are doing. So again, I would urge you to sort of explore that bit. And without further ado, I'm just going to go through a bit on what Coinstore is and how we can actually help all of you, those of you tuning in, those of you listening to us as well, and those of you on ground itself. So yeah. Good. Okay, so again, as I mentioned earlier, we are a crypto platform. We are an exchange on a whole. With that exchange, we also have an NFT platform at the side. Now, it's coinstore.com. That's our main landing page, main application, main platform. But we also have something called non.art. Now, I have someone who will speak about that in a bit. So be sure to tune into that as well. So now I'm going to touch about Coinstore a bit. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we're an exchange. We are now 3 million plus strong, as in registered users on the platform. So that's quite a bit, and that's quite, I would say, healthy growth, even in situations and environments like we have now. You see volatility, you've listened to horror stories, but hey, on our side of the things, touch wood, we are sort of doing it right, and hopefully we will continue to grow with the help of all of you out there, and of course, all of you here today as well. So again, Coinstore is global, but we are doing quite a bit locally as well. So as a platform, as an exchange, we are strong in Southeast Asia. By strong, we have all our people, our offices, and we have close to about 90 people just looking at projects, the ecosystem, businesses, and also helping entrepreneurs out there. So that's our job. Our task is to actually sift through the projects, look at some of the projects that would need our assistance, and sort of work with you long-term on that. Now, we also have this thing that we take around. It's called Cryptalk. You might have seen it outside, you've seen it on your invites, and you're seeing it now online as well in all the show notes and so forth. Now, Cryptalk on itself is a platform. It's an education initiative that we're putting together for you and for you out there as well. Now, the idea of Cryptalk is to, again, feature local projects, talk about the environment, and ultimately help out as much as we can. So learn more about Cryptalk. Just visit our links, look at the show notes, and see what we can do for you. Now, again, some of our main products and services, if you're still unaware, is like I mentioned over here, we work with a few projects to launch them out into this global scene, to launch them out of Indonesia. But we also work with lots of projects to bring them into Indonesia. In a way, we're that bridge. Some of our main, so in doing so, products we need to do this correctly. We need if to you're still unaware, right people, like I mentioned over here, we work with, and that's the part that we can sort of help launch them if you're still not sure out into this. So if you have issues or if you don't know where to start out of Indonesia. But we also work with lots of projects to bring them into Indonesia. In a way, we're that bridge. Some of our main community, right? Getting more people like yourselves to look at us and us talking about some of the work that you guys do as well. So the community is sort of both ways. We understand a little, we contribute, we give out, and we do good. Hopefully you like the initiatives that we do and you work with us in the long run. That's what we're here, and that's what we are here to do. We're here to help you raise funds. We're here to help you secure some of those funds. And that also brings us to the theme of the event. So if you notice some of the work that we do, it always comes with a little bit of a theme behind it. So from this month onwards, we're going to look at venture capital. We're going to look at that topic as a whole. So we are planning to bridge some of the gaps from the VCs, from investors, from entrepreneurs, and help them look at some of the work that you do. Now, in doing so, how they are going to help is they are actually going to look through, of course, some of the work, possibly plan things for you, possibly advise you. It's not always about the monetary bit, but it's always about something else as well. So these are the few things that they can help out, connect the dots, and that's what we're planning to do at the moment. So if you have buddies, if you have early stage projects, if you have other entrepreneurs within the scene, those who are doing big things and want to do bigger things, let us know, because we are going to try to bridge those gaps. Okay. So in this show, in the next few minutes, you're going to hear from actual people in the industry, VCs, some of the people that are in our ecosystem, our buddies, our friends, and these are the works that they can do for you. So explore our platforms. We got a few things going on. Obviously, we have something different like future trades, spot trades. We help you with launch pads. We help you with other initiatives. So that's something that you guys got to go take a look at. Again, just to sort of clarify, this session is recorded. So this session is for education purposes only. It's not financial advice. Please do this responsibly and ensure that you follow all terms and conditions attached. All right. So as I mentioned again, in terms of statistics, in terms of KOLs, some of you here might be influencers. Some of you here are aspiring to be some. Reach out as well, because we have a whole bunch of them. We work with them on a different basis. We work with them on a very, let's say, friendly manner that they work with us in terms of spreading the word. So that's something that we do, and we're trying to do that as good as possible, of course, with your help. So do reach out if you fall within these categories, because at the moment we have close to 1,000, and we call them Teamsters. All right. So get to know about your Teamsters, because they can literally get you the organic traffic that you need. Keyword here being organic. Understand your project, contribute to your ecosystem organically. We also do full-fledged marketing work. So talk to us about that. Okay. In terms of languages as well, because we're trying to be Southeast Asian Pro, we have teams on all sides and all major cities that you see here. Of course, the teams here that you see, they all speak Indonesian. We all speak the language, and that's similar to our people as well. So we can really help you, and we can really localize things for you as well. So that's a good thing. And we can go as far as Japan and Korea. We have the usual Mandarin, English, so on and so forth. So if you have issues reaching out to other countries, you want to grow that business, grow that products, come to Coinstore and we can help you out. So do reach out. Look for someone who's using that Coinstore t-shirt and then just talk to us about that. All right. So again, in terms of ranking, of course, we fluctuate, but I think we've been growing really nicely. We're aspiring to be up there with the big guns, but at the moment, we are always in that range of 20 to about 40 plus. We're constantly on that range. So that's organic volume, that's real volume, that's real work, real projects. And it's all thanks to all you guys who partner with us and do things right with us. So let's continue that effort as well. At the moment, we have a few things going on. We have a few things that are working out, and we are having a few things that we are bringing back to light. Now, we've all heard that the IEO scene is dead. We've all heard that that startup scene is dead, that fundraise, that token sale. These are all the things that we think are not doable now, but guess what? We've been doing a few, even as late as last week. And the results that we're getting, that's something that I want you guys to go check it out on our webpage. It is huge. It is still workable. It's still doable. I think we know how to do it. I think we can do it better than the rest. So if you need another launch pad, if you need something different, let us know and we can help you out there as well. Okay. These are some of the use cases, some of the projects, some of the teams that are collaborating with us. So go check them out as well. Some of them are sponsoring our events. Some of them are in our global roadshow. Please go check them out. Yeah. So again, the idea is, of course, what we have. Our bread and butter is always spot trading, future tradings. And that's something that you guys should know by now, because if not, you're not going to be here. So again, give our app a download, take a look, scroll in, and then see what you can find out. All right. And another important thing is we talk a lot about OTC, the convenience of sort of sorting out your funds, not only in terms of converting them, but that whole on-ramp, off-ramp scenario. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've been having this issue, again, it's something that you can explore easily via our apps in terms of converting regular fiat currency, as we call it, to your preferred crypto of choice. So those are the few things that we can do, and we can do really well for you. So again, do check us out. And there's a few things that we can do for you as well. As mentioned, we can run events. We do lots of events, actually. This is only partially what we do. And this is something we're doing in Bali. We're taking this across other cities in Indonesia as well. And this is also part of a global roadshow that we have. Now we're planning for 50 events. We are at event number 18 at the moment. So do check out those calendars. We go to major cities. the usuals like London, Paris, Dubai, Singapore, and now we're going to make Indonesia a nice hub as well. So with all your help, let's make that happen. Let's put this brand, let's put the country, let's put the city on the map. Let's put this island into play. That's what we want to do. Okay. Again, some of the work you can see is featured. These are some of our media partners. And again, if you are in the industry, if you are in media, public relations, reach out as well. We want to work with you. We want to grow together, and we want to get that partnership all sorted out first. All right. Yeah. So again, you need to sort of go to the links and understand our tours. Please, there's a few things that are available for you. Some you can participate, some are by invite only events. So learn those events, because those are events that are very sort of eye-opening in this case. And these are just some of the expos that we have done in other countries as well. So this is something that you go take a look at your own angle, and this is how you reach out to us. So be sure, take a snapshot here, speak to everybody with a Coinstore t-shirt, and learn how we can help. The most important thing is we're here to have fun. I don't see anyone with drinks here. So make sure you get your drinks, and the food will be coming around, and make sure that happens. And then let's do what we do best, okay? Thanks again. Thank you.
Right, guys. So in Coinstore, we try to create how to say a holistic solutions-based services for the projects that we work with, because crypto is more than just for speculation purposes, right? You know, there's a lot of different utilities now being built and sprouted up in the industry. So that's why we have, other than our exchange, we also have our IEO launchpad for projects looking to raise funds before they go to market. At the end of last year, we recently launched our NFT marketplace as well. So we tried to create like a synergistic ecosystem, because you know, one project, they might have an NFT, they might have a token, and we try to bring those two utilities together. So our next speaker will be Zach from our NFT marketplace, non.art.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Zach, Operations Manager of Non. So today I'll be representing Non to share with you a little on what is Non and how we can assist you in navigating through the NFT space. So what is Non? Apart from being a marketplace, as per what the name suggests, Non is basically a decentralized NFT marketplace and launchpad provider built for NFT creators as well as their communities. All right, so we offer a range of services that enables NFT creators and their communities to monetize their creations, engage with their audience, and collaborate with other like-minded individuals and businesses. Our mission here at Non is very simple: to help millions of Web2 folks and enterprises begin their collaborative Web3 journey, featuring user-friendly tools that enable monetization, engagement, and collaboration within the ecosystem. So, at Non, we believe that everyone should have access to the opportunities that Web3 presents. That's why we support all users, creators, traders, investors alike in their journey to discover and make the most out of this exciting new era of internet. To do this, we have developed a comprehensive business structure that covers everything from project design to technology development, marketing, community operation, events planning, as well as strategic partnerships. We believe that this comprehensive approach is essential to helping our users thrive in the NFT space. So more towards Non. Non features three key components at the current moment: NFT marketplace, launchpad, as well as NFT services. So in a Non marketplace, users can trade unique digital assets easily and at the same time earn rewards by engaging with the platform. Whereas for the launchpad, We feature NFT minting platform with leading cross-chain technology, white list management tool, as well as dedicated launch advisory by our advisors who have experience in launching several mid to top tier projects in the market. At this point of time, Non is offering free launchpad services for project owners. So feel free to get in touch with any of our business development team or Coinstore team to learn more. And of course, last but not least, Non is also providing a range of full suite NFT services from smart contract development, Discord security, community management, and many more. So apart from the three components which I just mentioned, Non is constantly in development phase to roll out features for our users. Mainly to summarize, upcoming gamified system designed to incentivize users with rewards when they engage with our platform. NFT aggregator, which will be a quality of life feature for all traders, as it will enable ease of trading with analytics catered to them, as well as cross-platform trading. And finally, the cream of the crop, which is the Web3 live stream platform for creators to express themselves freely without restrictions, while at the same time integrating crypto gifting as well as token gating features to make it much more relevant in the current NFT space, where it's focused on holder base. All these are set to roll out this year, and we'll be announcing more in-depth details nearing to launch date. So, something aside from all the features, platforms and developments aside, Non has also launched a PFP utility-based pass for our community to engage with. So these NFTs are on Ethereum chain and of course, free mint for our community. As well, we are also doing a cross collaboration with our Coinstore team, where holders of these NFTs can receive multiple benefits, such as increased loot box and token rewards by completing missions on our platform, reduction in Coinstore maker and taker fees, which I believe many of the crypto traders will be interested in. Also inclusions in whitelist for IEO and NFT launchpad projects, future token gated contents and exclusive usage of platform features, as well as future invitations to all Web3 offline conferences hosted by Non. All right, so furthermore, until May 15, there is also an ongoing holder benefit that we are committed to offer to all our holders, where everybody benefits from this collective effort. All right, holders of this NFT will be able to receive loot box daily for each NFT they hold. But what exactly is a loot box? So, well, it's basically a blind box feature that generates non-tokens which can be traded when the token is listed on major CEX, such as Coinstore. So the earlier you start holding the NFT, the more loot box you'll get to accumulate over time, and the more tokens you'll receive. All right. So basically, in conclusion, if you're interested in exploring the possibilities of the NFT space and want to join us in this exciting journey, feel free to speak to us or any of our Coinstore BDs over here, and we'll share with you more about what Non has to offer. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you, Zach. Next, we'll have a speaker actually joining us online from... One moment, guys. Okay. Right, so we have Eternal Digital Asset next, joining us virtually all the way from Canada. We have Rhino van der Walt, the COO of EDA, and Sheldon Benson, the CEO of EDA. They'll be giving their insights on their experiences raising funds and pitching the VCs. Right, let's give a warm welcome all the way from Bali.
Okay.
Okay. This guy's name.
Exactly what I was afraid of right here. Man.
Okay, Rhino and Sheldon, you guys can start.
Okay. One moment. Hello, can everybody see my screen?
Could you please unmute your mic, Sheldon?
Okay. I'm having a nervous breakdown here, man.
You're muted on Zoom, Sheldon.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah, one moment. According to this, I'm not muted, so I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. Muted though. I don't know.
Hey guys, can you guys hear Sheldon at all?
Not at all, Rhino. Not at all.
That's really weird because you're unmuted. I can hear you. Can anyone hear me?
I don't know. I'm not muted.
Neither am I, but they can't seem to hear any of us.
Can you
I'm gonna
hear
try
me?
and call. Yeah,
Rhino,
I
can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
I am so fucking pissed off right now, my friend.
Yeah.
It's not the sleep in, fuck around day to day.
Can you hear me though?
Just say something like for 3 minutes before you can start the speech. Because people online looking for that, it's really unprofessional.
It would be weird for some weekend.
Where, yeah, 30 months. And then after that, this is on review. Okay, I can go next. If you can't hear him, 30 months. Tell me.
The issue from his side.
Yeah.
Can you guys,
Sheldon,
hear
they
me
can
or
hear
see me
you.
or anything or what? Am I just leaving or
Sheldon,
what?
Sheldon, I just talked to Bernice.
So sorry guys, there's been some technical issues on
I
our
see
next
that.
speaker. So we'll have the floor for a few minutes for Terence to explain about how we actually
There you
connect
go, Rhino.
projects
That's how you
to
get pushed
VC,
off a show, buddy.
and the investment that they need to grow them.
Words can't express.
I just called Bernice and she says they can hear us. So I don't know what's going on.
I'm leaving. Okay? That's what's going on. You and I gotta have a talk, buddy. Wrong day to be unorganized, okay? I'm not muted.
Yeah, neither am I, but she said they can hear us, but nobody was responding to us.
Rhino?
You can put Hassan on full screen. Full screen? Yeah. He's on full screen, right? Can you ask you to start? Please ask Hassan. Who's doing the queue now? The thing is, Release.
Hi, folks. I'm ready to start whenever you want me to. Testing. Can you hear me okay? Great. Thank you. Thank you, Cryptalk, for inviting me and Coinbase to this session. And thank you to everyone who's attending. Very excited to be here today. I'm going to share my screen. I had a few slides that I had prepared for the session. So let me try to go ahead and do that. Hopefully it comes across. Okay, wonderful. I'll sort of keep talking across the slides. I have about a 15-minute session worth of content that I had prepared today, and then happy to take any Q&A afterwards as well. So before we begin, just a standard disclaimer page. There's nothing that I'm discussing today constitutes investment advice. This is really just more sort of casual conversation and guidance. So to introduce myself quickly, my name is Hassan Ahmed. I'm the country director of Singapore, look after Southeast Asia generally as well, along with my colleague Giuliano, who I believe is in person in the audience with you today. Some of my background is that I've been in the crypto space since 2013. Some of my kind of roles that are relevant are that I was a CEO of Coinstore, also served as SVP of strategy for GoPay at GoTo Group. And then also before I moved to this part of the world, was responsible for helping eToro launch their regulated crypto brokerage in the US. So I've had a career that spans across financial services, fintech and payments, and ultimately crypto. So very, very excited for the work that I'm doing with Coinbase. Before I sort of get into some of the details around what we're going to talk about, I want to pull up and talk first about why is crypto important, especially with all the sort of FUD going on these days. I think it's important to just remind ourselves why we're here. So Coinbase's mission is to improve economic freedom around the world, and we believe that crypto is sort of the highest leverage technology that's available in order to do that. Economic freedom is correlated with things that we want more of as a society, such as literacy, life expectancy, self-reported happiness, and it's correlated with the less of the things that we want as a society, such as unemployment or war or infant mortality and things like that. So overall, we believe that increasing economic freedom is a great thing, for society, and we believe again that crypto is the thing that is really going to bend the curve on that. And the reasons I think many of the folks in this crowd will know already, but some of the benefits that crypto brings is provable property rights, access to stable currencies, cross-border trade or geographically agnostic trade, and something that we're very passionate about in Southeast Asia, which is increasing financial inclusion and financial access. So I want to talk a little bit about sort of Coinbase's set of products because we are a crypto platform company. Many people know us for kind of our core retail app, which is Coinbase.com. But we believe that, but we actually have a lot sort of, that really goes across, many different product lines that service many types of users. So, we have products for like individuals, which is our kind of retail app, things like Coinbase Wallet, which is a self-hosted wallet. In some parts of the world, we have Coinbase Card as well. We have a big suite for more sophisticated institutions, such as kind of Coinbase Exchange for cold storage custody and what we call Coinbase Prime. For businesses, we offer, commerce experiences that allows merchants to accept crypto payments. And on the developer side is where we've been making a lot of push, especially recently. And, we have things like Asset Hub, which I'll talk more about, our kind of, core Coinbase Cloud, which has sort of nodes that the developers can use to tap into 25 plus blockchains, a new platform called Wallet as a Service that allows large consumer companies to create on-chain wallets for their users using MPC technology. And then Base, which is our new layer 2 scaling solution, which myself and Giuliano will talk about more. So, while we're building all of these kind of products globally, we're very passionate about making sure that we're connecting these global products to local and regional ecosystems. So Singapore is our hub for APAC that we established about 3 years ago. And very excited that we've been able to kind of grow that hub out pretty successfully. I was the third person when I joined in Singapore, and now we're almost 70 people on the ground. In Singapore, we have our full suite of products, including our retail app with the fiat on-ramp, which is connected to the local real-time payment system. We have Standard Chartered as our banking partner. So for any of you that do have ties to Singapore, if you're doing kind of banking in Singapore, you're welcome to sort of try it out and give us any feedback. Along with the team that I mentioned, we have a local entity and an in-principle approval from the Monetary Authority of Singapore. And we actually engage a lot in policy discussions, not just with the MAS, but really around the region. We've been in dialogue with Bapepti as well, and OJK and many of the Indonesian regulators. We're talking to the Filipino regulators like the BSP as well. And so we're very passionate about making sure that policy, really worldwide sort of lands for crypto lands in a good place that balances innovation and responsible investing. Along with that, we do a lot of just education and training events, again, like not just in Singapore, but really, in the region. So for any of you that are planning more events, happy to please reach out to either myself or Giuliano, and happy to, get involved. And then finally, we have an arm called Coinbase Ventures, which does kind of, investing around sort of the world. So I think that's something that's of interest to this audience. So I'll double click into that on the next slide. So just maybe to begin with, so Coinbase Ventures is the venture investing arm of Coinbase. It was spun up within Coinbase and really started out as like a way to sort of increase our participation in the crypto economy and support different projects and with capital. But since then, it's actually become one of the most active investors, if not the most active investor in the crypto economy. So the way to think about Coinbase Ventures is that it's an evergreen fund. It's financed by sort of the Coinbase balance sheet. We're an ecosystem fund. And so what that means is we really have a very flexible mandate in terms of just investing in the overall crypto ecosystem. So this really kind of goes across, things like kind of crypto native protocols, could be sort of, infrastructures, infrastructure plays. Could be sort of, layer 1, layer 2 blockchains, could be like custody solutions. And on the CeFi side, we also invest in things like kind of regulated brokerages and exchanges and custodians, and, even people that are building these regulated solutions to bring more people on chain. So on the page here, I'd compile like a sample of some of the companies that we have invested in the region. So the two maybe this audience will be most familiar with are Pintu and Rekeningku, which are crypto on-ramps in Indonesia. I'm very excited to have that sort of partnership with both of the teams there. We're also invested in Ancient 8, which is a gaming guild out of Vietnam. And then there's sort of a whole bunch of other logos over here. Most of these are either kind of Singapore incorporated but regional, or servicing sort of Singapore directly. But it's to sort of give a sense for what are maybe the types of companies that we're interested in, and it's quite broad. Our funding typically is sort of very early stage. We don't do lead investments. We'll sort of be a kind of a secondary or a smaller check size along with the lead. Our typical check size is, again, it's flexible, but it can be as little as 50,000 and goes up to 5 million or more, depending on the situation. But you can think of us, but the ideal time to kind of think about like Coinbase Ventures is when you're either raising your seed or Series A for most projects. But we're always happy to take a conversation and just sort of review if you happen to be fundraising and sort of on the road. In terms of themes that are interesting to the Ventures Fund, the things that really kind of get us excited is really sort of aligned with like the overall kind of Coinbase sort of mission and our kind of overall product plan. So we think that we're still at like very early days, and the crypto economy will grow by 10 to 100x. So for companies and projects that are working on really kind of bringing that change, that's the kind of stuff that gets us excited. So sometimes it's some fundamental kind of cutting edge R&D type play. So things like we're investors in ZK Sync and a few zero knowledge type protocols that have been coming out. We like sort of access type of plays. So there's a lot of wallets, but still like wallet like UI still hasn't been solved yet, right? So for companies and startups that are looking at maybe like better access points for either individuals or businesses or institutions, and abstracting away that like crypto complexity, those are also very very interesting. And then for at the consumer and kind of application layer, if you're there's a few I'd say like big verticals that are more interesting, and folks are generally aware of it. So DeFi is like a big and evergreen one. There's always there's a whole bunch of like subsections, but there's always something happening in DeFi. I'd say for this part of the world, gaming is probably the most exciting one that I think is a pretty uniquely Southeast Asian phenomena. So if you are kind of working on gaming, I think we're interested in that vertical as well. For gaming, what I'd say is there's kind of two sides to it. If you're working on like if you're a gaming studio and you're working on like a Web3 game, it's better to talk to us early. Because it's sort of very hard to kind of know what the outcome is going to be. So the way we think about it is like a barbell strategy. Either we want to get in like much earlier, with a great team that has like a vision and conviction, or we want to wait to see how the game performs and kind of gets across that trough of having like users and good gameplay and whatnot. And then along with that, there's just other things around like NFTs and metaverse and all that as well. So like I said, we've invested kind of across the board, but just wanted to give a little bit of flavor for how Coinbase Ventures operates as well. And then regionally, we don't have like a direct kind of Coinbase Ventures lead in the region, but again, if you reach out to myself or Giuliano, happy to get the conversation initiated, and then we can put you in touch with the core ventures team out in the US. The second sort of topic I wanted to touch on was also, token listings. So obviously, kind of Coinbase, operates an exchange that's sort of, worldwide, and then we have 110 million plus consumers, that are verified on our platform. So we have kind of very broad consumer reach as well. So we get this question, a lot of, hey, how do I kind of get started? How do I think about like my token listing on Coinbase? So the kind of most direct or sort of answer to this is one, the tokens listings team is intentionally sort of kind of ring fenced, and sort of they do their evaluations kind of independently, and we don't have sort of sway over that, and that's sort of by design, so to keep the process independent. But there are ways to speed up the review of your token if you have one or are considering one. So this URL that's on the screen, coinbase.com/asset-hub, that's the best way to get started. So this is like a self-serve tool where you can start uploading information about your project and your team and sort of the token and all that. And that at least sort of ensures that like, hey, it's in sort of our queue for our token listings team to review. And then, depending on, with their own kind of prioritization, they'll sort of either reach out or initiate a conversation. But at least this is sort of a way that you can make sure that you're, making the work easier for them in terms of this is like the checklist of like, all the documents that you're going to have to provide. Obviously, the bar is very high. We look for, extremely high quality, and we take like, things like security very seriously, and the kind of integrity and reputation of the team very seriously along with the project. But this is sort of a way to get the conversation started with the right team. And then finally, the last thing, I'll just kind of roughly mention, and G or Giuliano will sort of talk more about, is we recently announced that we have launched or are incubating our own layer 2 blockchain. It's called Base, and it's again, like being incubated by Coinbase. It sits on top of Ethereum L1, and we sort of intentionally kind of chose a certain design for it, that it was meant to kind of be part of the Ethereum ecosystem, help with Ethereum scaling. It's built on kind of open source software, so it starts out with like pretty good decentralization and permissionlessness on day one. So it's again, it's we're starting it out, so that we have plans to kind of make sure that there's distribution, that like Base is able to tap into with like Coinbase's user base. We thought about security a lot, so it's built on like OP stack, which has been battle tested already, and then we at Coinbase know how to kind of build secure crypto products. We've been doing it for a decade, so we were contributing that like security perspective. It's an layer 2, so we were very kind of conscious about like, if you want to make crypto mainstream, the fees have to be low. That's like one of the big things that still kind of isn't being solved. So today, like layer 2s are already cheaper than Ethereum layer 1 by a factor, but there's even more coming on the Ethereum roadmap that will make it 10 to 100x cheaper in the kind of next 6 to 12 months. As I mentioned, it's Base is sort of built on an open source software that's called the Optimism Stack. So anyone can go check it out, and you're welcome to fork it if you want and all that. But it's MIT licensed, and that's sort of the spirit in which we wanted to build with the community and for the community. We have a kind of decentralization roadmap. Happy to get more into that later. And then again, it's sort of an open ecosystem. So just like other L2s on Ethereum, like Optimism, like Arbitrum, it's meant to be sort of open, and all developers are welcome. It's currently in testnet, but you're welcome to come try it out. And so I will just pause there. So this is I know I sort of threw a lot out, but thank you for taking the time to listen to me. So I hope that that gave you an opportunity to learn more about what Coinbase is about, how we're building in the region for the region, how we're trying to be a good community partner. So happy to depending on how the Q&A is structured, happy to take any questions, or I'll turn it over to Giuliano to talk more about Base in particular. All right. So I will just turn over to the organizers to see how to make the transition. Yeah, and I guess while we're waiting for the organizers, if you want more information about Base, you can go to base.org. And you can also follow Base on @buildonbase on Twitter.
Uh, 20 seconds. Just press down. Yeah.
Hey everyone, now is okay. 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 Hey everyone, I'm gonna continue the presentation from Coinbase. I'm Juliano Octavianos. You can call me G. So I'm a head of market expansion Southeast Asia for Coinbase, but specifically now responsible for Base, our layer 2. So before I continue, I think I just want to reiterate what Hassan said in the previous presentation. So we just have our product updates for Singapore. So for whoever who basically have a Singaporean residence or ID, you basically can download our retail app and like start to trade and deposit. Off and on RAM is basically available now. Like specific for today, I'm just gonna talk about Base. And this is our sort of like agenda today, very quick. We're gonna talk about like our on-chain vision, Base quick overview, and I think something that you folks really like requests for builder and like about our ecosystem fund. And I'm gonna be here for a while. So I'm gonna be down here. So if you have any Q&A in real life on the ground, please go ahead. So when we're speaking about Base, our on-chain vision is on-chain is the next online. This is what we believe as a company, as an organization, and that's why we launched Base, and you're gonna see why. But before we get started, I think what I really want to say to you, Coinbase has been here for a while. We do have sort of like tests here and there. We're trying to launch multiple things, learning from here. And like so far right now, in the past 10 years, today, we have like 100 million plus users, a pretty big monthly transaction user. And right now we have 100 billion plus US dollar off-chain on the TVL side of things. If you really like check out any chain right now as per today, I think the TVL that has been around is around like 48, 49 or $50 billion. So the dream is like, if we be able to like very successful in like bringing this from off-chain to on-chain, I think it's going to be pretty sweet for the ecosystem. And I think the way for us to scale it, we really want to building an open collaborative way for everybody to participate in scale the crypto economy and sort of like bringing like Coinbase sort of like vision to accelerate the economic freedom all around the globe. So I really want to show you this one video, 1 minute video that be able for you to sort of like visualize what is Base, what we are trying to do, and how we're going to do it. One, I'll give you the link after this. It's available online. But I think what's very important from that video is actually started to this 3 segment, right? Like we want to talk about like the world, the reason we believe this is becoming like on-chain is the next online. It's within this 3 section. So the pre-internet, if you think about it, like developers just like building things directly on the mainframe, but they don't have any access to the customer. And if you think about it, there is something like Blockbuster. And when you think about like the year of 2000 within the online era, we started to be able to sort of like read something online. We started with WordPress. We see something like Google, AWS, and Instagram, where information is kind of like permissionless, but money is sort of like not really permissionless. There is a gatekeeper on this, and anywhere can build online, but in the same time, developers also like moving quite fast from the pre-internet era. And why we believe on-chain is, if you think started 2020, you started to see that both money and information is kind of like moving seamlessly, right? Like anyone, anywhere can sort of like build their own dApps, deliver it to the customer, building it on chain. And you started to see like an innovation like Aave, Uniswap, IPFS, or even Filecoin. And this is becoming like a very important things for us. And like, you don't have to believe my word, but like you see the data, like the on-chain users is continue to grow, on-chain developers continue to grow, and the on-chain transaction continue to grow. So if you know right now, people like always on the Web2, and like the Web3 things is like very important right now, because right now you started to see that the amount of transaction, even on Ethereum L1, the transaction user is basically increased more on the layer 2 right now. And I think this is also like a very important piece what you see right now. If you want to scale something, you need to build it on layer 2. And on-chain use case also growing. I think you see like adapts like Zora is bringing the collecting on chain. There is a sound.xyz bringing music on chain, Farcaster bringing social media on chain, and Sorare bringing sports fantasy on chain. And I really believe as we scale the crypto economy, as people sort of like developer building it more easy on layer 2, users sort of like also using more and more layer 2, I think more and more use case is gonna continue to grow. And zooming back to like what Coinbase really do, we started in 2012, but if you see fast forward to today until we launch Base, we really believe as a company, our futures is gonna be on chain. And we really trying to aim in this decade, gonna move 100% transaction on chain. So I keep telling you about like our vision on chain, the next online, what is actually Base? I think Hassan is really do a pretty good job if you be able to sort of like hear clearly about like what is Base, why we are doing Base. Basically, Base is a layer 2 build to scale the crypto economy. We build it on top of like the optimism stack right now. And it's empowered by Coinbase, incubated by Coinbase, it's secure, powerful rewards. It's gonna be open source. We aim sort of like to bring to becoming like the most easiest or a developer friendly layer 2 that you can possibly find. And Base is permissionless, and we will gradually decentralize everything. We have everything in place. Right now we are on the testnet. We're gonna go to like the mainnet probably sometimes in June, July, in the next couple of months, but everybody really excited to build on top of Base right now, especially like the blue chip dApps as well. And I think I'm gonna pause here a little bit. And if you go to like this QR code, you're gonna find our blog, base.mirror.xyz. Like here, a few weeks ago, we just like listed requesting 4 builders. This is sort of like our internal top of mind of what we think. If you want to see a new developers sort of like building things, this is a few things that probably can inspire you guys to sort of like building something on top of Base. Flat coins, on-chain reputation, on-chain LOB exchange, and saver depot. Like doesn't necessarily means that you need to build on this. This is like a few items that to get you inspired if you're a dev that's starting to sort of like build something and like finding your home chain, basically. And this is the sort of like one of the last point that I have. So when we launch Base, we really care about like a very early developers who want to start their own project. So we do have our Base ecosystem fund. You can find it on the QR code, but like anyone who becoming like the ecosystem fund recipient, they will be able to sort of like have the first look of what is Base is all about in the futures, and you be able to get like a first-hand help from like Base core developer team. And yeah, you can check out any information online. I'm gonna be here as well for a while. If you want to chat, please do. But again, like we're being supported by a lot of like blue chip dApps in our mainnet in the next couple of months. That's very exciting for us. And if you go home tonight, you want to like test something on Base, go to like base.org or like bridge some ETH-girly asset. We are using Ethereum native on this for Base, but just in case you want to do something and you don't have any ETH-girly, DM me, or you can get it on the coinbase.com/faucets. We give you an Ethereum girly to fund whatever testnet that you're trying to do right now with Base. Last but not least, you want to go talk to me more, follow me on Twitter, Gio Octavianos, or follow Base, Build on Base. We also have our head of protocol there, Jesse Pollack, and also like our crypto intelligence team, Zach, on that. But yeah, that's it from me. Thank you.
All right, guys, let's show some love to Hassan and G from Coinbase. So if you're looking to build something on their layer 2 or get funded by them, yeah, show them some love and reach out to them. All right, now we're going back online with Sheldon and Rhino from Eternal Digital Assets. Rhino and Sheldon, floor is yours.
I'm not sure if you can hear me or not, but I'm getting a message that says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Wrong screen. Wrong screen.
Can you guys hear me, see me? Can you see my screen or?
No, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi. Okay, can you see my slideshow there on the? Can you see the slideshow on full screen? What is going on?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. All right. Sorry about the technical difficulties, everybody. I'm not too sure what's up with that, but forgive me for that. Anyway, my name's Sheldon Benson. We were having technical difficulties. Rhino's no longer with us. I'm just kind of pitch hitting the best I can here. So we have a platform, Eternal Digital Assets, and you know, I've often wondered, there's a lot of really smart people on the Web3 scene, but there seems to be something that's been overlooked a few things, and we're trying to get the pieces together for you guys here. We actually have a completed platform at this point, and you know, I think that what a lot of people have overlooked is about this whole drive to adoption, and some of the things that have been holding it back, and we intend on fixing a lot of those things, and have pretty much everything in place to do it already. So if I could only change my slide, I'd be doing a lot better. I guess I won't worry. What is going on with this stuff? Okay, I'm not sure why my slide isn't changing, but that's okay. I guess we're not going to look at any slides today. So basically what we have is a platform that has a fiat to crypto on-ramp on it. It has a vendor's marketplace. Now the significance of the fiat to crypto is these days a lot of, especially in the United States, as you guys probably are well aware of, they are they're shutting a lot of those down. Kind of the Hotel California type thing. You can get in, but you can't get out. Our vendors marketplace has something very unique, in that we're the first platform in the world to have a publicly accessible rental program for digital assets. Mainly what we're focused right now on is Web3 domains, because that's kind of where the market's at right now and where the technology's at right now. But as time goes by, we'll be innovating and we'll be adapting to other people's innovations as well. We have our eye on tokenized assets such as real estate and whatnot. I'll tell you what brought me to start this platform was my son and I owned about 3,000 or so of unstoppable domains, and we had them on a, let's just say on a well-known platform. We couldn't find our own stuff, let alone anybody else being able to find it to buy anything from us. So we set out to do a nice organized platform, and it's really gotten to be quite a bit bigger than when we first had our eye on it. So as I say, we've got the vendors marketplace with full leasing capacity. And so what I want to talk to you guys about is a lot of things are overlooked about a Web3 ID, because a Web3 ID is a domain name, it's a wallet name, it's a website name, and they're not being utilized the way they should be. And there's been about 6 million domain names that have been bought between unstoppable domains and ENS service. Okay, and I bet you that not even 1% of 1% of those are being used for much of anything. They're trading them like sports cards, basically. Okay, so what we've done is a couple of innovative things. We're working on a project right now with some of the guys at Fractal, whereby we have a see, everybody throws this term Web3 ID around. Okay, it's not really a Web3 ID. Nobody's shown any ID to get it. Nobody's KYC'd to get it. Okay, so I think that part of the reason why Web3 the business, I mean, when you look at it, the stock market's got a combined value of $93 trillion. Our all-time high is slightly over 3 trillion, and our current is what, 1.2 right now. So we're obviously missing the boat on something. If there was a TLD such as .fractal-ID, which we're innovating in, or .choose KYC, at first glance, we would know that the person is KYC'd, and there'd be other options too. We're going to do a token gated thing. So what about a guy's credit credentials? What if you want to run a credit check? What if you want to screen them for, say, criminal theft, fraud, things like that, right? Nothing in place. There can be tokens exchanged. It gives the other person the opportunity to look at the person's credentials and whatnot. This is very important. Another thing that we stress is, a lot of people in Web3, they say, because there's a big problem going on with domain collision right now. Okay, and I'm not going to cite any specific examples, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. And so we really emphasize on trademarking your TLDs. See, we have TLDs that people can grow their own ecosystems of domains under. We have stuff like .youtuber, .myname, .ourname. In general, Web3 really hasn't had much for a person to hang on to emotionally, on an emotional level. So like, my grandma's cookies, .crypto, doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy all over, right? .myname, .ourname, things like this. We also have a pretty cool one in .disrupt and whatnot. But one of our Trojan horses, so to speak, is quick build. And I believe that this is going to drive adoption like crazy. It definitely has the ability to. We're already marketing on Share a Sale. It just opened up today, actually, and just today alone, we got over 200 affiliates alone for Share a Sale. So what Quick Build is, if any of you want to try it, it's on our platform at eternaldigitalassets.io. Okay, and basically you can go and you can make yourself a Web3 website. You don't have to have any skills. If you know how to send an email, you'll bake out all right with this. It costs $35. Okay, $47 for a year with IPFS hosting. Now everybody can take their domain and actually do something with it and make a Web3 website with it. So right now, there's 28,000 devs, according to Wikipedia, to service the world, blockchain devs, okay? So, and there's 4.7 billion internet users. So $30,000 is the average cost right now, 3 months to completion. If you run those numbers, if only 1% of people out of those 4 billion wanted to do a site for themselves, that's 470,000 sites, okay? It would cost $14.1 billion and 4.19 years. On the other hand, with our system, $35 per website, 30 minutes average completion. That 4.19 years gets reduced down to half an hour, and the 14.1 billion gets reduced down to 14.1 million. A lot of you guys are just here mainly because you want to know your investors. You want to know, what do we have to offer an investor? So here's the deal. GoDaddy, 11.91 billion net worth. Dan.com, they bought them for 71.4 million. Rarible started out, they've got an all-time low, the starting price of 26 cents, all-time high of 46.70. They did 106x on their return of interest. ENS did 11x. A recent addition, Space ID, did 2.7x. They started out with too high of a market cap, in my opinion, and too high of a token price. If we can set EDA at starting at we have 750 million tokens, and if we can start a liquidity pool at $750,000, the initial price would be basically a tenth of a cent, 0.001. By the time we reach $100 million market cap, which is very, very easily to do. Space ID right now is up over 200 million. Okay, they just launched 3 weeks ago. We're sitting at 133x. That's just by hitting $100 million market cap, starting at a $750 million liquidity pool. Okay, so we've got Anurag has got a package that he can leave you guys with, and Rhino has got some things that he wants to give you. Anurag, he was caught up in technical difficulties. Okay, but I'm going to go. It's been a pleasure to introduce our project to you, and feel free to, as I say, Anurag's got the package. And you guys have a great night. And if there's a way I could watch the rest of the presentation and your day today, I'd love to be included in it. Take care.
Thank you, Sheldon. For our next speaker, who will also be joining us online, is Kevin from K Finance. He's going to be talking about what they're building for the future of DeFi. Go ahead, Kevin.
All right. Hope everyone is having a good evening. Yeah, wish I could be there in Bali as well, but I guess I'm going to be doing this presentation from Sydney for you guys. So let me just see. Okay, so the talk today that I wanted to run through with you guys was a bit about DeFi and kind of where it's come from and where it's going, and then give a bit of an introduction into K Finance and explain a bit about how K Finance is tying in with this DeFi space. So maybe just there we go. So a bit of an introduction about myself. So my specialty is software engineering. So primarily a tech person. I've worked in a lot of different companies, from small startups to big corporations and government entities, and even private sector as well. So yeah, so varying from crypto startups to fintech startups, I have a fair bit of experience in programming and on the blockchain as well. So for me, yeah, so coming into K, really building the protocol and as one of the core founders. So if the bottom line kind of sums it up there: full-time builder, long-time holder. Yeah. So for those that are new to DeFi, or maybe don't really know exactly what it is or what it means, but DeFi basically is short for decentralized finance. So it's taking finance applications and services that you see in like the everyday, in your everyday life, and can really decentralizing them through the power of blockchain. So things like trading, lending, asset management, insurance, things like that. And that's really just the beginning as well. So there's, it's really an open-ended market, but yeah, primarily focusing on financial services. So this is a bit of a chart on like the last 3 years of DeFi. It's the total value locked in the space. So it's from DeFi Llama, and you can see in 2020 there was about 600 million TVL, and then now in 2023 we have about 50 billion TVL. So we're looking at like almost I mean, not quite, but it's almost 100x in that space, and that's not even looking at the last I guess boom in the 2021 boom. So that was like 180 billion, which is pretty crazy, really. And so we're in a bear market right now. So when this next bull market comes, it'll be pretty interesting to see kind of how that's gonna be. So the space, the DeFi space at the moment is pretty new. It's pretty emerging. There's a lot of new technologies and new things happening. And so with that, with all new technology and all new things, there's a lot of pain points associated with that. So if anyone's interacted with DeFi before, they probably have personal experience and or personal pain points associated with that. And so these are just some of the pain points that I've kind of listed that I've personally experienced as well. So things like misleading reward systems that provide like high yields that end up really reducing the value of a token through inflation or overinflation, really. And especially in like the blockchain space, you have a big issue, I would say, in terms of copy and paste protocols. Like someone creates something and then they can easily just take that code and deploy it for themselves. So this is, in my opinion, it's kind of like it's duplicating the problems here. It's duplicating the pain points that people experience. So another thing that I think is probably a little bit common, it's that things being designed to really just benefit, or people creating things to make themselves wealthy and or really kind of take advantage of people. And so you see that through like even like rug pulls and liquidity thefts and unintentional things as well. But yeah, so in terms of the space, like other pain points being like the quality of technology, so people rushing to build things, not creating something that's so unique, which ends up making something a little bit more risky, like hackable, or there's bugs there, which can even result in someone else stealing, liquidity as well. And so a bit about like, what is K? Why was it created? And I would say it was really born out of these pain points that I personally experienced, but also noticed in the industry. And it's it's coming forward to do something a bit better, something a bit more right. And so like this so the point there, like to create a self-sustaining piece of technology that is impervious to time. I mean, that's a pretty fancy way of saying something, but really what I'm trying to get at there is that, to have blockchain is like forever, right? Like it's going to be there forever. So to put something on the blockchain and to have something designed in a way that it can be organically growing or self-sustaining is really going to be quite powerful because it can be there for forever, essentially. And another thing is, like, I wanted to create something that I personally would want to use. So that's a big thing with all my technology, is it's like the quality and creating something that I would want to use, and yeah, and see other people using that as well. So right now, K is, I would say, a bare bones. It's offering its core services such as like staking, identity, affiliate, rewards. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Oh. Maybe that was maybe that was a mistake. Okay, this will good. I'll just keep going. Yeah, so staking, identity, affiliate, reward systems, and yeah. So what makes K different? Specifically designed for the people. It is a DAO, and the goal is for it to grow organically into a way that it is really the people that are in control and using it and deciding the direction of the future. So another thing is that it's completely on the blockchain. Everything is it's a ton of smart contracts. I think there's about 30 at the moment, all kind of talking to each other, making it this decentralized autonomous protocol. And another thing, this is more tying into the future of K, is like we want to be an innovator in the field of DeFi, creating unique, quality technology with, like, for example, like solving the problems of like these realistic and long-term sustainable reward systems as well. So right now, the tokenomics, the way that the K token works is that it basically powers the whole protocol. The protocol is launched with a minimum total supply concept. What that means is instead of launching with a total supply, you're launching with the min total supply, and the protocol will automatically grow the total supply over a period of time. So there's this contract called the supplier, or a piece of technology called the supplier, and it's really responsible for minting these daily allocations of tokens. So this is a way that the protocol can organically grow. And so at a rate of 33,000 tokens allocated per day, that has the potential to mint around 12 million per year. And at the moment, it does have a buy and sell fee of 3%. However, that is as the protocol grows and becomes bigger, becomes more stable, this is going to be reduced. It makes sense for it to be reduced, as there's not as much volatility. There's not as much when there's much more volume, I would say. So some of the concepts, as you see in the charts there. So we've got this raising floor price. So this is concept with K is that every token in the protocol is minted and backed by the assets in the treasury. So nothing's really minted out of thin air, and everything is backed by these assets in the treasury. And so the idea behind that is that the protocol is designed in a way that it's slowly increasing this floor price as transactions, volumes, sales, people use the protocol, and it generates profit. It's going to put that profit back into the token to back that floor price. The liquidity chart is that's just showing there how the protocol is allocating to grow the liquidity pool as well. So this is all automatic. And there's a fair few, it's a little bit of math behind the floor price, but the Kudu one's a little bit more simple. So some other cool things, this is a quick cool slide, is with the staking contract, it does provide the ability to, with every stake you create, you're creating an NFT, and then that NFT can be traded on OpenSea. So the staking, there is the concept of a reward multiplier. So the longer you stake, better rewards that you get. And it is also one of the first, as far as I'm aware, staking contracts that can combine a reward multiplier with a auto compounding mechanism. So it's like allowing you to stake for a long time and not get liquidated in your stake, so you can still keep up good rewards in that. So the future of K, because this is just the beginning, we've I think it's 3 and a bit weeks ago that we've just gone deployed everything to the mainnet. So we're still very much in the early stages, and there is still a fairly big vision with what we want to achieve. So we want to really create a hub for DeFi services. We want to be a presence in the DeFi space, like a brand that people know and trust and can love to use, like they love to use the services. So and we want to bridge this gap between crypto and the real world. Right now there is a fair bit of gap, and we want to kind of create technology that can bridge this gap. So the future roadmap, what we're kind of looking, these are additional features that we're looking at adding in the soon to be future, which will be like borrowing, decentralized asset management, secure payment transfers, just some of the few. Like this is just the beginning, so there's going to be many more things that we plan to build and create. And so that kind of ties back into where do we think that the future of DeFi is going to go. And so the future of DeFi, in my opinion, and where I foresee that the technology is going to go, it's going to be bridging this gap between this crypto and fiat. So the boundary is going to become more and more blurred. It's going to become like effortless to interact with cryptocurrencies in everyday life. So for example, like people that maybe not experienced with crypto, not experienced with technology, like they're going to be essentially using crypto like without even noticing. So this bridge is going to become very much blurred. And so that's essentially what we want to help create as well. So K will help to create this future, and it's what we're going to strive to achieve and do as well. Cool, and that is everything. So I'm not sure if what you guys wanted to do.
Right. Thank you so much, Kevin. Next, we have a speaker present with us right now from Sigil Finance. Daniel, who will be talking about what they're building, which is a decentralized asset manager where anyone can be an asset manager.
That's all right.
Right.
Let's press down for next. Okay. Oh, please, yeah.
All right, thanks everyone. Appreciate everyone coming. I'm very grateful to be here. And on this beautiful island of Bali in this beautiful weather that we're having. So I'll tell you a bit about us. We're obviously Sigil Finance. We launched 2 months ago, or about 2 months ago. We stealth launched on Ethereum and went to 2 million market cap with no marketing. And that's basically because we launched with a live product. And that's what it is, decentralizing and democratizing asset management. So I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and then I'll try and keep this as short as possible. So I come from a sales management background, and then I transitioned to finance, and then now into software development. Okay, so let's go to this next. Okay, so basically what we want to do is revolutionize the asset management industry. So with the world's first decentralized marketplace for asset managers. So we think, what we want to do is give a platform for anybody to come on board and manage assets. Okay. So when I talk about assets, I'm talking about crypto tokens, but we also want to give asset management the tools to be able to manage those assets properly. Okay. So for asset managers, what that does is breaks down the traditional barriers to entry, empowers them with unparalleled opportunity to monetize their expertise and tap into a new audience of investors. And for investors, basically what that enables investors to do is come on board our platform. What they can see is asset managers who have performed well, and they can decide to have their assets managed for them. Because if you've traded in crypto, particularly like if you've traded perps, it's very difficult to actually make money for a lot of people. A lot of people actually lose money. So this could be a really good way to diversify their investment strategy. So in the current managed investments industry, there's a lot of barriers to entry. Okay, so I've listed them here: some high fees, lack of transparency. So what I mean by that is it's opaque and difficult to understand. So if you ever invested in like a managed fund, it's quite opaque. Limited flexibility. So traditional asset management follows rigid sets of rules, and they have rigid sort of areas that they will manage, they will invest in, and limited accessibility. So most managed funds, you need a certain amount of wealth to be able to participate in it. So it might be $100,000 as a minimum deposit to be able to participate in that. So what we want to do is open it up to everybody, so anybody can participate in it. Okay. Hopefully that makes all sense. So we do have a live product, but I'm going to be talking about a lot about our vision. Okay. So part of our vision is what we call DAMs, decentralized asset management systems. And there's an example I've got there. So an asset manager can have multiple pools within their DAM. Okay, so you think of it like a smart contract, which is the DAM, and then within that smart contract, there's other smart contracts with their own functionality. So one might be perp trading, another could be algorithmic trading, another could be thematic ETFs like artificial intelligence, micro caps, top 100 cryptocurrency, like making a little bit of an index there. And also delta neutral strategies like with yield farming and with stable coins and things like that. We'll go to the next one. Where we are. All right, this is just like a visual representation that we've done that sort of showcases that. So with our DAMs, before I get onto this, so if you go onto our platform, and there's some slides at the end which will show you how it works, you'll see that there's pools. So the pools generate fees, okay? And with the fees, so why an asset manager would want to manage these assets is because they make money off the fees off a much larger pool of capital that they might not be able to access previous to that. But also what it does, it generates real yield. So that's what we want to do. We want to create real assets and real yield. Okay, so you can actually stake your sigil and you'll actually generate real yield from the fees generated within the pools. So these are just some of the metrics that we'll be looking at sort of implementing with the dams. So there's actually a couple of different projects which are doing something similar to what we're doing. And we can see Factor DAO. It's similar, but it's not the same. Similar concept, not the same. They're a 30 million market cap. We're under 1 million market cap. So we think there's a huge scope for growth there. And this is our roadmap. So so far we've launched our core product, which is basically you can an asset manager can invest in any ERC20 token within their pool, and it operates like a mutual fund. And we're already generating a little bit of yield with that as well, which is really good. And once we've really nailed down our core concept, we're also going to rebrand. We're going to go cross-chain because some of these other things you want to execute, the gas on Ethereum is a little bit oppressive. But you can see there the actual what we want to implement is so asset managers have every tool available to them to be able to effectively manage assets. And what we envision is, if you have 50 pools or 50 dams, the cream will rise to the top. And the ones who are doing really well will attract most of the capital. And we just want to make it an even playing field in that regard as well. So, yeah, that's basically where it's at with us. So I've got some screenshots of the actual where the dApp's at the moment. So we can see we've got some created. These are just the ERC20 tokens. I was going to do a actual walkthrough of the platform, but some screenshots we'll have to do for now. As you can see there, we're actually going through a little bit of a process where we're actually rebranding a lot of the stuff, and we're testing it into a new dev environment. And so you got those silly little emojis there, which we're going to get rid of very soon. You can see there's our staking platform. So how that works is you stake your sigil tokens, the fees are generated in Ethereum, and with the Ethereum buys sigil, and you basically earn more tokens through that. So it's not inflationary tokenomics. It's actually deflationary, because if you don't claim your sigil tokens in 120 days, it'll actually get the tokens get sent to a burnt wallet. So that's basically it. And that's the front page of our dApp, and that's the vision. So we really want to we think that there's a huge opportunity there to, we've already been to 2 million market cap with no marketing or anything like that. And we think that could be much higher. So I'm not sure if anyone's got any questions they want to ask me, or.
I know that there must be a lot of people who have some questions when you're putting money in other people's hands, right? So this is quite an innovative new project. New project. So if there's any questions on the floor. No questions? Right. Thank you, Daniel. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. And it was a pleasure to meet you all. And I hope I have a drink with everyone. So. Thank you.
Right. Next, we have a speaker joining us online, Remarenko Yuri, the CMO of Snake Money. He'll be presenting about the play to earn game they're building, which combines old school gaming with new school. So basically, the concept combines the classic snake game elements with crypto. Players can control their snakes, participate in battles with other players, and earn money by selling their tokens on exchanges. Ramarenko, floor is yours.
Hi everyone. Thank you for the place on this stage. My name is Yura, and I am a CMO of the Snake Money. Today I want to introduce you to an innovative project that combines classic Snake game element with the blockchain technology. Snake Money is the play-to-earn game that allows players to control their snake and fight with other players. The best part is that no significant investment is required. The player can start with only $1 or even use free demo version. The main difference between Snake Money and other play-to-earn game is that player can start earning money right away by investing a very small amount of money and receive a return in just like 5-10 minutes gaming session. So why is Snake Money? Firstly, the Snake Money team is made up of experienced professionals with a proven track record in finance and technology and entrepreneurship. As the result, they have all the necessary skills and expertise to execute their vision. Secondly, Snake Money is leveraging the power of the blockchain technology and smart contract to create the decentralized platform that provides secure and transparent financial transactions. The technology is designed to be as user-friendly as scalable, ensuring the platform can handle high transaction volumes and profit from the playing game that we know and love from our childhood. Thirdly, Snake Money is already growing with their user base, meaning that users from across the globe can play and enjoy the game. As a result, game continuously add new features to attract new users and retain existing ones, as well as promoting their partnership with other entities. Lastly, the project has a clear revenue model in place that is based on transactions, fees, staking rewards, and other revenue streams. The potential of the growth in the DeFi market is enormous, and the Snake Money is well positioned to capitalize on this trend. Now let's talk about the game itself. The classic Snake game is loved and played by the millions of people across the globe. According to the statistics, more than 50 million people playing the game Snake on mobile devices every month, and this number is just keep growing. The process is very transparent. And the main idea is that all the players have absolutely equal chances and conditions. The game's price is $1, which is deducted from the player's wallet and scattered across the map in form of the coins with a different face value. So the leading player's target will be to gather as many coins as possible. Let me just simply show you a quick demo of the game. Here on the screen, you can see that the snake the player moving snake, another one player, and in a time frame, you gather as many coins as possible. And here's the profit after the game. So one of the best features of the Snake Money is that player can earn SNAM tokens by creating rooms with different entry amounts for other players, or join other rooms to compete with other players. In addition, during the game session, the player will also receive various items and NFTs, so that the actual profit can be much higher. This is because there is so many improvements that the player could use for the snake with different cards. We call it snake competition. Let's talk about our main goals. So the core goal is to show people that they can earn from play to earn games. And the second most important is that to make it as transparent as possible. Snake Money is first play-to-earn game with a unique technology. It aims to disrupt the traditional financial industry to provide a decentralized, secure, and effective way for individuals to manage their financial assets and make money just from playing the game. About our team. As I mentioned earlier, we gathered a team from people who has strong experience on the market in different spheres, in entrepreneurship, in technology, in marketing. So let me just briefly go through our main achievements. First of all, we launched this game at first quarter of current year. Until the end of the year, we will bring significant results for already signed up partnerships. We at the starting we received 640K on ICO round for future development of the game. As for the current moment, we have more than 63,000 people and daily users. Players are up to 600 players. Also, we have a partnership. We are preparing a massive marketing campaign to launch across the globe in countries that we haven't presented yet, such as and thank you for your attention.
Okay. Can I have everyone who's still outside to come back in, please, to the room? We need everyone here for this next session. Right. So we're doing a little birthday celebration for EDNS, who is celebrating their first anniversary of their project. Can I have the EDNS team here, please? Everyone from EDNS. Everyone. Anything you like to share? Well, what's it like building EDNS after the first year? Anything you like to share? Two, yes, make a wish.
So thank you so much, everyone. Yes, we are celebrating our first year anniversary. What we want to achieve is the ecosystem to be very prepared for everything, especially the Web3 world. And we hope everyone here plays a role to be part of it and help to build the ecosystem. Can I hear a yes? Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Happy birthday, EDNS.
Yeah. So how do I hold this? No.
I just bring it. Gonna take you to the moon, bro. Those balloons. Right. So the next speaker will be Warren from Actuality, who will be talking about two very interesting topics, combining climate change with metaverse and how can the metaverse combat climate change. Warren, the floor is yours.
All right, good evening, everyone. I think this is almost towards the end of the session, so I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So my name is Warren, co-founder and CEO of Actuality. So we are a Singapore-based startup. I guess the slide's not ready yet. There we go. So we're a Singapore-based immersive tech startup, and we're building Web3 ecosystems alongside with our immersive technologies. So to us, we're basically trying to innovate solutions for a very long-term vision of ours, which is empowering lifestyles within a smart city ecosystem and for the betterment of mankind. Okay, so we're starting out with very simple things first, like VR, AR 360, and then going into metaverse and Web3, and then eventually building out the ecosystem. So to us, the metaverse is already here, not 10 years away. So when we conceptualize for our clients, it's really as a revenue center, not as a showcase, not as a cost center. So in that regard, we were, thinking about which ecosystem to build for, particularly which industry. So we took a few months and decided that we're going to focus on agriculture. And why agriculture is because if you're living in Southeast Asia, you've been here long enough, you'll realize that agriculture is inversely related to poverty rates. Okay, so if I'm the president of Philippines and I want to get re-elected, then I got to focus on poverty, right? And in Philippines, it's a very huge country of over 100 million population, but also with hundreds, or rather 12 million different farmland. They actually are a net importer, not a net exporter, because the younger demographic is not going into farming. And also because farming average income, I'm talking about the 1 hectare, 2 hectare farmers, the average income is about $300. So to survive on a family of 4 on $300 is ridiculous, okay? At the same time, we have a few ESG objectives that we would like to accomplish as well, and climate change being one of them. So combining smart city, farming, climate change, we decided, yeah, agriculture makes sense, okay? Because a lot of the existing industrialized agriculture destroys a lot of topsoil. And if you do enough research, you realize that topsoil destruction is one of the major contributors to climate change. So if we can identify the problems and work on it and try to reverse it, there's a possibility that we can reverse climate change, okay? So that's why we created MetaFarms. There's a t-shirt I'm wearing over here, where we combine physical farms with metaverse and Web3, and then creating this very unique economic and gameplay ecosystem so that the primary objective is to benefit the farmers. The secondary objective is to educate the younger demographic and to make farming sexy again, okay? So in talking to, our food and farming partners and also farmers in different countries in Southeast Asia, we realize majority of the farmers are broken down into two categories. Okay, the first one that I just mentioned, $300 a month, that is the small mom and pop farmer, okay? And then you have the generational farmer, more established, more history. Okay, they've done this for decades, but both of them have similar problems, funding. Okay, so for the small farmer, they're usually unbankable. And this problem was exacerbated during COVID when the banking system was, pretty tough on these guys. All right, so some of the farmers that we worked with immediately adopted crypto because that was the only way they could get paid by us. Okay, and then the second group, the generational farmers, their kids are no longer interested. Right, they have had successful farming businesses for decades, but the kids going off to school, getting westernized, getting educated, they're realizing that farming is really tough. It's slower than watching paint dry sometimes. All right, so they're not interested anymore. So if you want to, continue to expand the business or hand it out to somebody else or sell it to a fellow farming organization, then you have to have some financial strength to have, properly negotiated pricing and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, again, it's funding. All right, so what is phygital farming, which is meta farms? So we combine physical farms with metaverse and Web3 in such a way that, for example, we fractionalize, we modularize farming ecosystems, specific farming ecosystems that require funding. All right, so then suddenly they have an alternate source of funding from buyers who are buying their NFTs that farm specific parts of the ecosystem to buy livestock, cash crop, build out processing plants, so on and so forth. And then for the in-game transactions, including the in-game NFTs, they provide all these additional revenue for the farmers, okay? But obviously we have to mitigate risk. So the farmers don't just get a free handout. They actually get tokens from the ecosystem. Then the tokens have to be spent on our list of approved vendors and suppliers. So that way we actually know what they're spending money on, okay? All right, so our Meta Farms gameplay is coming out actually very, very soon. We're going to be going through a beta testing, but we have been sharing this concept in different countries in Southeast Asia and gotten very good feedback. And surprisingly, when we first did our soft launch in Thailand, we got invited to an exhibition in Philippines and immediately got through the doors of President Marcos's office through his legal counsel. All right, so we're in the midst of very quickly setting up our operations in Philippines. Our food and farming partner has already been farming for the last few years, and we're not necessarily having to own the farms. We can help the farmers through managing, providing management services, okay? Because of the very quick movement in Philippines, we got invited to Indonesia, where we're in the midst of also setting it up in Indonesia as well, okay? So we're combining the use of asset-backed NFTs, in-game NFTs, our NFT marketplace that can modularize different aspects of farming, as well as back to the traditional basics of gaming, which is play to win, win to earn, okay? All right, sorry. And this is an example of an actual business that we're working with in Philippines. So they are coffee farmers as well as processing and retailers. Small business, but they're off to a good start. And during Philippine Blockchain Week last year, we were just toying around issuing these coffee tokens, and it was a hit. Okay. So something very important about farming that most of you probably are not aware of. If you look at civilizations over thousands of years, you look at the Mayan calendar, solar calendars, different Gregorian calendars, and all these different songs and poems and storytelling passed on from one generation to the next. That was how people in the past kept data, all right, about when to grow crops, when to harvest, and so on and so forth. A lot of these art of data keeping has been lost over the years. But what I'm trying to get at is data actually is a very important IP to the farmers. And what we're trying to do with Meta Farms, beyond what I just shared with you, is that all of the farms I'm working with, we're going to be implementing IoT capabilities at every single one of the farms, where we will be collecting data such as moisture level, water level, pH level, phosphorus level, so on and so forth, so that eventually we can intelligently understand what are the different optimal data sets for different types of crops or livestock. Then we will take all these optimal data sets and replicate it in a climate controlled urban or vertical farming scenario, okay? When that happens, the need to use a lot of land for traditional farming suddenly shrinks, okay? So our vision of farming in the future is going to be the epicenter of a future smart city, okay? So what we're trying to do beyond farming right now as actuality is that we're connecting our metaverse to other IoTs, not just IoTs within a farm, but we're connecting to smart vending machine. We're connecting to systems like this, like a liquid tree system over there, which actually uses water, microalgae, and then sucking up all the different carbon emissions from the environment and outputting oxygen, connecting to solar panels and so on and so forth. So eventually to us, the metaverse is going to help us better visualize our carbon footprint so that we can eventually optimize how we're going to behave in this environment to make sure that we contribute positively back to it, okay? So this is the vision of our future smart city that we're building towards, where the smart city itself, okay, is built around food and farming, okay? And this way, we can actually start moving populations out of traditional city centers. Reason being, remote work is now becoming widely acceptable and implemented and across, small to large organizations. So no longer do you need to actually go to a traditional city center to look for good jobs, okay? So with that in mind, we can actually start building future smart cities around food and farming, because currently food and farming is usually out of sight, out of mind. They're usually somewhere rural and requires massive logistical infrastructure to bring the goods to the city center, as well as to do import-export. Okay, so if we're able to create sustainable circular economies via such future smart cities, then we don't really need to have such logistical infrastructure any longer. Okay, so with that said, the land usage for such a smart city will reduce. Our carbon footprint will be reducing as well. Okay, so I'm not gonna, this is pretty much my last slide already. So can I play this thing? Sorry, can I play this video, this image? Can you play it? Yeah, there you go. So this is a quick so-called view of how climate has changed since the late 1800s. So for the most part, all the way until 1980, we're pretty much stable. It was only because the start of globalization, all right, massive traveling, massive global trades, that we started seeing temperature rising all the way to where it is now. So that was only the last 40 years, okay? The 100 years prior to that has been pretty stable, all right? So we know the reason. So now we got to do something about it. So if you want to scan a QR code, there's a free movie to watch if you want to do it. It's called Need to Grow. It's probably about an hour and a half long, 2 hours. It's free, okay? All right, so I think for us, the metaverse is here, and we want to use the metaverse to do good, all right? All right, thank you very much.
All right, thank you, Warren, for sharing that with us. Next, we have our title sponsor, EDNS, Brian Can, the CMO, who will be sharing a keynote about the EDNS domain and EDNS Foundation, what they're building, which is a Web3 layer 2 infrastructure technology, and the vision of the foundation itself.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you everyone for coming to our event today. It's an honor to have us here as well. So I will run through, because I know everybody is hungry and also they want to start networking and stuff. So I'll do a very quick review about what EDNS is all about. All right, so can I have the
Next slide.
Okay, so what is EDNS? EDNS is basically a layer 2 solution of a web domain name. Put an example. If you see on the left-hand side, this is called IP, where the web 2 version is called .com and .org, .net, and etc. etc. But now, with us here, we have created something called the Web3 blockchain domain name servicing, where these are our IPs, .web3, .music, .sandbox, .gamify, .404, and .meta. All these are registered by us as well. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to bring the people from the Web 2 coming over to the Web 3, having themselves identifying their own digital identity. Hence, we created the decentralized DID. All right, I'll give you a little bit of facts of what EDNS is right now today. We have actually 1.8 million plus domain registered as of today. So if you go to Elements and OpenSea, you can actually check out the stats there. And the owners is about 400K. So we have really collected more than 400K owners domains, and it's all across 80 countries as of today. Right, what is EDNS 2.0? So EDNS is basically a layer 2 chain where we have integrated 11 chains right now. So we are also EVM compatible. It is like .eth. But for us, we are not only with EVM. We have Ethereum, BSC, Avalanche, Optimism, Layer 0, Arbitrum, Phantom, IOTEX, Tron, and OKC. All right. And what we are trying to do is we're trying to integrate as many layer 2 as possible for people to have the ease to transfer their NFT and also for them to transfer their cryptocurrencies easily, right? When you have one of your domain name, you can actually mask over your own MetaMask or any other wallets that you have. So when you send cryptocurrencies or NFT, you save the trouble by double checking, copy pasting and double checking your own address. For example, let's say my name is Ryan. I own Ryan.meta. I don't have to use my MetaMask to basically double check every time whether am I sending to the right address. But because I know my name is Ryan.meta, I instantly transfer without double checking. And it definitely comes into my account. Right. So, sorry. Right. What is our product? We are an ecosystem right now. We are trying to build the whole landscape of a layer 2 structure. So we have created our D drive as well, which is called the storage system. This storage system is a decentralized drive that aggregates between the Web 2 storage and the Web 3 storage. And our main product, which is the domain name, and later on, Sandblock is in process. Sandblock will be the next instant messaging protocol that allows you to send messages via block to block, right? There won't be anybody intercepting it. It's total privacy, and it's encrypted as well. So in a whole ecosystem, let me brief you a little bit of what is it about. Next, we are going to build something called Web3 browser. It is something like DuckDuckGo, Opera, and soon Microsoft Edge. But what we are doing here is we're trying to make an ecosystem all under one branch for people to come over and check out their own DID. All right. Web3 hosting, as we are also a domain name server provider, what we do is we allow you to host your own website. Like next time when you use Ryan.meta, you key into the browser bar, you can see my whole page, what I want to build. So we are also creating called Web3 Builder. It is already is live right now on beta stage. So you can basically build your own Web3, the whole Web3 website for your own self. So Ryan.meta, if I want to put anything inside there, I can actually build the whole thing under it. And you can see all of my data there and what I'm trying to tell you, and I should inspire you guys. Web3 storage is from our D drive. So it basically is decentralized drive, which I'm going to explain shortly. All right. And this will be the rest. The main one is domain ID, indexing for services for all the chain and also for all the exchanges. A storage wallet for you so that you don't have to always transfer everywhere. One wallet can actually transfer to many things and receive many things. Web3 DNS replacing the actual one, where we're going to come up with an extension. We have the future will be the Web3 IM, Web3 email, Web3 call, which is block to block, so that nobody can intercept your call. Even though your handphone will not also send you algorithms that, oh, I want to buy LV today. This won't happen. Okay, and connecting SDK. Next, what we are also building here is we are trying to adapt to all the ecosystem from the D-Web and also the D-App. So any project owners are from SocialFi, web services, DeFi, wallet provider, MusicFi, Metaverse, GameFi, NFT marketplace, everything we can cater to. Okay, so for a domain name, actually it's only 25 USD a year. I have a surprise for everyone later, so wait until the last one. And for a TLD, this is for project owners. We are charging 1,500 USD for an annual fee, which means, for example, Coinstore. If we create .coinstore for Coinstores to use and allow your users to have a better integration, sending money like Ryan.coinstore, it's only 1,500 USD. I won't do any sales pitch here, but I'm just giving you the brief example. So later you can actually come to our guys here. We have Honey on the floor. We have Scarlett here and also Joey next. All right, so this is D-Drive. So this is a very interesting thing that I want to share to you guys. What is D-Drive? It's a gateway between the actual Web 2 and the Web 3 storages. See, our main company is also a reseller of 6 different cloud servicing, which includes AWS, Alibaba, Huawei, Tencent, Google, and Azure. All right. And right now, you will see a lot of the Web3 decentralized storage system in the market. You have IPSF, BitTorrent, Filecoin, Swarm, Storj, and Arweave. But one thing we want to solve here is, in the decentralized Web3 storage that is already in the market, they guarantee you upload, but they don't guarantee you download. This is where we come in place and where we are advantageous is we guarantee you download. All right, which is why we put an angle there. And our system has a special security where we call it chunking. It differentiates between using your data to chunk it into 16 or 32 things. So when it's sent out to any of this, which means as you or the owner, you want to send your data either to the Web 2 or the Web 3, it's all up to you. You can choose it. Just go to ddrive.io, sign in an account. You can see this feature there. So we allow you to choose whichever storage that you want to place. Hence, privacy is very, very strong. And this is what we are trying to help in the future. I put an example. Let's say I create OnlyFans.web3. Okay, everybody clear? OnlyFans right now has an issue. What if suddenly you say, I cut the whole thing off? Correct. Content creators will basically lose all their savings, all their money and everything. Now, I'm trying to build this to allow people to come over to the decentralized storage, where we allow content creators to hold their own IP rights, their own pictures, videos, and they can control. The key thing is about controlling your own data, because your own clientele, your own business is all within your hand. You can control who you want to send out your data to. Everything is all under decentralized. Okay. Hence, we have created something called the Web 2, Web 3 storages, web hosting, the D-Web builder, digital assets, and also the web browser. Okay, this is SandBlock. So SandBlock is the latest that we are also integrating with. It's the first, not really the first, but what we are trying to build is to have a privacy control encrypted protocol for people to send messages, email, and also voice call. This will be used very, very heavily in the next coming years or 1 or 2. Next, this is just our team. Our team are all mostly based in Hong Kong, and there are also some internationals like myself. I'm from Malaysia, and there are all the rest. So this is our partners. I'll just briefly go through the partners. We have all of these partners right now, but this is not all of them. It's just a brief one. And I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. So this is the overview of the whole product roadmap of what we are right now. EDNS is trying to build on a blockchain for Web3 people, where we are also built on Polygon, and we are trying to become the first decentralized web storage and also all the that's integrated with the domain name as well with all the messaging protocol. And today we have our SMS protocol here. We have decentralized mail talk. We have decentralized drive, storage wallet, domain naming services, and a mini airbox. A mini airbox is one of the product pipeline that we are also building. It is for people to, number one, mine. Number two, able to, it's like a note, so you can easily send informations across the world. Yep. Okay, so I think that's all for this. The next one. Ada satu lagi. Oh, next one. I'll be speaking to speech today, yeah, because my CEO, she's having knee problem tonight. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay, this one. Yes. Right. All right. So this will be my second speech. Thank you so much. All right. First of all, I want to thank a few of the clients that we actually come and support us today. We have Ayu from Utopia. Ayu. Thank you so much for coming. We have Ron as well from Metarupa. Thank you so much for coming. So what we have been trying to build is something for the ecosystem. So EDNS is trying to shape the world, and we really, really hope everybody here can be part of it, helping us to shape this world. And yes, we are also listed in Coinstore. So I'm not going to ask you to go and buy anything, but I'm just saying that we, as a zero funded company, has also started from 1 year ago. 12th of April was our anniversary. Today is our party, and we would like to say thank you very much for the support for people who believe in us, and why we have also listed in Coinstore. So I'm going to talk a little bit of this token usage and why we have built this token. First of all, it's a very vital role for the whole ecosystem of EDNS. We want to build the whole ecosystem, including providing R&D research, including Web3 Foundation, Web3 education, including the DAO system, where allowing users to vote their own self whether they want to go to which the other directions. And this EDNS tokens helps to build this whole thing, which is why we created, which is why the foundation is responsible for issuing this token. Next, this is a product that I've mentioned just now. I'll just briefly go through. Our mission is really, really directly to develop it in the whole EDNS token. We really want everybody to have a support coming over to build the ecosystem together, because in the next 3 years to 5 years, you will see our product very much needed in the market. And we are here as a future-proof product, doing this whole thing for everybody to come. Okay, and we are shaping it together. So this is the tokenomics. All right, this is the whole thing about foundation 17% where we issue the token. We have the team, we have the marketing, fundraiser, advisor, founder, initial circulation, and mining. So if you have questions, please feel free to come and ask me later. All right, the utility of this is mainly for a lot of like stakings, exclusive offers, airdrops. We have a lot of our clients receive a lot of airdrops from us as well. So this is part of the token roadmap. So, okay, what is staking all about? Listen, if you guys would like to register something within 4 characters or 4 letters, for example, lv.meta or .web3 or NBA, CNN, anything within 4, it's very, very much sought after in the aftermarket. A lot of people would like to buy and hold it for 3 to 4 or 5 years until someone wants to buy it over. Hence, staking allows you to, actually the color is nicer, but sorry, where's the guy? Yeah, there's a word here. It's actually staking for anything within 4 characters. I'm so sorry, I don't know why the color turned out like this. Yeah, so if you are trying to buy or have any domain name below 4 characters, 4 letters or numbers, you have to stake our token in order for you to buy the domain. When you buy the domain, it does not guarantee you that the domain is always with you, because it's on a renewal basis. So every year you have to remind yourself to resubscribe, renew your own domain. Okay. Can I have Coinstore people? Parents? Okay. Today I have a gift for everyone here today. This is the code, and we are actually giving everybody here a free domain. All right. Can I receive a pause support? Thank you. Scan this code. You can register your domain today for free, and we are giving away this domain. The words all missing. Words are missing. Yeah. Why? Our PPT.
Hey, your PPT.
Yeah.
Click your QR. Click QR.
No. Our main one has.
The code. So basically, we can have the free domain.
Yes. If you scan this today, you can get a free domain. I'm sorry. Okay, the code is Bali 2023. Capital code. Yes, correct. I'm so sorry. There are words here. All right. I don't know why the background all changed. Okay. Anyone who registered today will get a 1-year free domain from us, and it will auto expire next year, 1st of May. So do remember, today, if you register anything above, this code only allows you to register a domain above 5 characters. So if you register something of your own personal name, for example, Terrence.web3, all right, this code can only allow you to use until the next expiration date, which is 1st of May 2024. And after that, if you want to renew your own name, there will be a fee of 25 USD. Yep. Yearly, correct. Yeah. So have everyone captured this? Yes. All right, all good. All good. Thank you. I think that's my speech for today. Thank you so much. If you have any Q&A, please, by all means, ask me or any of our members here. Yeah. Can I open it up to the floor? Is there anything that you guys would like to ask? Okay. I think that's all. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Ryan. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. All right. Has everybody had a drink? Make sure to spend those coupons, okay? All right. That concludes the whole event. So we're gonna spend the next 30 minutes just mingling, networking. All right. Yeah, guys, talk, drink, have fun.